Hey, what is this? Why is Candace Owens so mad and spamming on X just asking questions?
Yeah, she's going nuts. Lots of people have been losing it since yesterday, since the just strike happened by the United States on the Iranian nuclear facilities. Um, some people have been going nuts, including Candace Owens, Dave Smith, and others. Some people who were against it have turned around and suddenly switched sides. Some people play both sides, like the Hodge twins. They were both posting anti-Trump on Twitter and pro-Trump on Facebook, and so on. So people are wild, man.
Hey, speaking of the Hodge twins, we both saw this. Check this out. These guys are weird because they're super cool looking and shredded and stuff, but they speak exactly like their accent is exactly like my hillbilly cousins from Preston County, West Virginia. I'm talking like moonshine territory. I'm talking about guys show up, guys show up to the family reunion with bottles of moonshine. Those cousins. Anyway, that's exactly what the Hodgtons sound like. So they're like, anybody ever thought these Middle East countries wouldn't hate us if we just had left them alone years ago? Right? Um, Now, this tweet, which was from today, this is the first time I actually got why I didn't understand. I don't understand most like new terms people are making up for social media and so on. So anyway, I saw like people were calling the dudes the woke right or something like that. I don't know if that is the appropriate term for this, but I was wondering why they're talking about woke right because woke would normally be associated with left and so on, and it was being applied a lot to people who are constantly complaining about Jews and so on, and they were being called the woke right and so on. But this right here, as soon as I saw this, this is very interesting. Anybody ever thought maybe these Middle East countries wouldn't hate us if we just left them alone? Like did the Hodge twins think that this was some new thought because this was the most common thing you heard 10 to 15 years ago from the far left? Right? That's what we heard. Why do these guys hate us? Is it something to do with their religion? No, their religion is wonderful. It's all peace and tolerance. Why do they hate us then? Because we keep messing with them. Because we've been mean to them. That's why they hate us. They hate us because we've been mean to them. That only you can look around and say, hey, maybe because we do bomb Iran and things like that. Maybe that's why they hate us. That only works if you have no idea about 14 centuries of history. They hated the United States before the United States even existed. It was built into their religion. Do you think they were invading Europe in the East, Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, Spain, France? Do you think they were doing that for centuries because they were mad about the United States bombing Iran? Do you think that? Or was there something already there that was before the United States, before bombs, before any of this stuff? Anyway, so now you have, it's just becoming common on the right for certain people. So Hodge twins, Candace, and so on. They're starting to put out basically Islamic talking points now, and defending Islam. And it's Western nations that are bad. Muslim ideology. Muslim nations are good. This is interesting. Iran is good. Iran is they're the good guys. This is insane, guys. This is insane how this is just flipping real quick. Anyway, so this is the Hodge twins. Whose fault is all this stuff? Well, it's Western nations' fault. That's why they hate us. See, if we would just stop bombing, this is hilarious. This was what they just tweeted was a condensed version of Obama's Cairo speech from years ago. It's, hey guys, why do they hate us? Because they hate us because we've been mean to them and they feel disrespected. So what are we going to do? We'll go over there and tell them we don't hate them and then we're not going to disrespect them and that we respect their religion and we love their prophet. And we'll do that. And you'll see that their hearts will melt. Their hearts will melt. They'll embrace us. Hostility will end. We'll get a fresh start. So Obama went and gave his Cairo speech. It was the greatest speech you could possibly give in defense of that position. How did things improve? Well, you got ISIS, ladies and gentlemen. They smelled weakness and you got ISIS. And now the Hodge twins are, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we try this new thing? Maybe it's our fault. Yeah. I guess you could technically defend that, because Islam from the beginning has called for the violent subjugation of the entire world, and has claimed, look it up, Hodge twins, if you like, Surah 3, verse 110, Muslims are the best of peoples ever raised up for mankind. Then Surah 98, verse 6, Jews and Christians are the worst of creatures. You'll agree with the part about the Jews, won't you? So you're in half agreement with them already, guys. But anyway, Muslims are supposed to be up here. Jews and Christians are supposed to be down here. Everyone else is like even worse off than Jews and Christians. So Hindus, atheists would even be in a worse spot than Jews and Christians. But anyway, who's supposed to be dominant right now? You're talking 14 centuries later. Who's supposed to be dominating the world? Who's supposed to be in control? Muslims. Who's supposed to be subjugated and humiliated and coming and handing them jizya? Jews and Christians. And they're looking at the world and going, why are Jews and Christians more powerful than us? And it's enraging them. So technically you could say it's got something to do with us. We refuse to be subjugated as the Muslim sources say we're supposed to. The Muslim sources say that we are supposed to be subjugated right now. We're supposed to be inferior, humiliated, subjugated, degraded, groveling before them, handing them money, and we get punched as we're delivering them the tribute money. That's what we're supposed to be doing. They're looking around the world going, it's not, they're not going along with the plan. These Jews and Christians and other people, they're not going along with the plan. What's going on here? And it enrages them. So technically you could say, yeah, it's our fault for not being subjugated. But anyway, this is the new online right. I can't even say the right, because I don't think most people on the right think like this. But this is becoming, here's the thing, they're becoming more and more popular with this nonsense. This nonsense is spreading rapidly. Interesting stuff. It's going to be fun to watch.